Hi everybody, I wanted to show you a little bit about the VoiceBio screening that you do, and it reveals so much information about the root issues, the emotional issues, where you, what organs are overreaching and working too hard, and which organs are not in your body. So this all has to do with the physical body, and not so much, it doesn't deal with chakras or anything like that. It's actually the physical body through a thorough voice analysis. Now, what we're going to do, if I continue here, I'm just going to go over to a graph. Let me see if I can bring somebody up here. Here we go. Okay, so what I see here is somebody when they did a voice graph. So we take 3 questions asked separately. So I will ask them just a basic knowledge, something they do not have to think about question, and it would be like a basic directional question, like, describe to me, you know, how you would get from your car to your local store, like something you don't have to sit there and think about. You just know it automatically. They're very curated questions, 3 different ones, based on getting the right inflections in your voice to get a right voice print. So that is called a base question. The next one is going to test your stress levels. So I'm going to ask you literally to talk for 1 minute and just describe something that is a stressor to you in the here and now. Now, it cannot be, getting cut off in traffic. It has to be something that is, like not something that just stresses you out in the moment and then you're over it, but a continuing stress in your life. And then the third question that I'm going to ask you is about your future and, your plans for the future. And in those 3 questions comes back a voice chart. Now, the program does not save your answers, so we cannot go back and listen to your answers. All it does, it's mathematical, and it charts the tones that your voice is singing. Everybody, when they speak, they sing notes. Some of them are depleted. Now, when you are on your deathbed, you will typically come up with 1 or 2 showing. Everything else will be totally depleted. It'll be gone. Your body does not have enough energy in it to speak out. Now, this white line, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a white line going across here. This is your energy level at the time that you are taking the test. So I can assess a person's energy. This also tells me how receptive that you are going to be to the remedies that are given to you to correct what is depleted or what is too stressed in your body. So in this person, here's the vitality line. It ideally should be in the middle, in the very center. This is a good energy line. So it's depleted a little bit. So D sharp, and if you have something, actually, this is really interesting because we actually look at the curve on a chart as well. This one would be called, the middles are kind of low, so it's called a crater. That's what we call that. So you basically have a low E, F and F sharp. This is kind of on the low side. It's underneath. So this person would be experiencing brain fatigue. They're emotionally shut down, and they have low neurotransmitters firing in their brain. So it's often seen in burnout, people going through grief or dementia, and in your mental health, you're often going to see a pattern where the people are on the chart, it's more up on this side. Now, if I had somebody do a graph, a voice print, we call it a voice print, for me, and say all their colors to each note was just completely straight across, low, and there's no inflection going up and down, that you do not want that. It's called a flat line. You never want to have a straight line or all the notes at the same height. That would indicate a very monotone personality, very low engagement with life, and they're energetically disconnected as well. So, this person here, let me see. I'm going to go in and just see the D sharp. So, because the D sharp is absolutely missing, it means that their adrenals are very fatigued, and they likely have parasites as well. So, let me see. Their very top one is A, so they would have to work on bringing that down, which we would give you lifestyle choices for that as well. But this, having this so high, is an indication their bladder is overworked, and their lungs and their bronchial tubes. Now, this is really interesting because, this is my husband, so I can share this. So, he does have bronchitis. He gets it all the time, sometimes pneumonia. It is because he is a smoker. So, but it's overworked. His lungs are overworked. Now, because of that, his adrenals, now it does say he's totally missing on his adrenals. So, and then he would do very well doing a parasite cleanse as well. So, isn't that interesting? So, what I would do, there's a whole host of remedies that we give the people, and some of it is the notes, music that you would listen back to twice a day. I'd probably put him on my vibrational sound bed and play those notes into his body, but we need to bring this A down. Now, the interesting thing is, when he's working on increasing his D sharp and getting that back into his body, the A is automatically going to level itself. It will level. When you work on the lowest, your highest ones start to even out, right? You're giving the body what it needs. This is not working. It's not overworking. It's like you got a helper on the job. The helper is coming in. You have this here, the lungs, it has to do less work. So let me see if I can go to maybe a different one. Who could I show here? Okay, so this was mine. I don't know when it was done. It's always going to show today's date, currently up here. But my energy levels are pretty much halfway up. You see this white line? Pretty much halfway up, so I'm pretty energetic. Let me go over to the composite here. My C sharp, see here, I didn't have it on the composite at first. I always have to make sure I have it on the composite. I have notes in every single one of my voices, but interesting enough, my husband's were all on this side. Mine are on this side. Now let me go back and see. So it's not really spiked because this isn't up along with this. But if this was at the top, this was at the top, and then all these were low, that would indicate that I am under acute stress in a very specific organ. Now, my kidneys are full of stones. I don't know if they still are, but as of 3 or 4 years ago, that was it. I don't have any problem with them, but it does indicate that a specific organ is under acute stress in me right now. So this inflammation. It's always means your organ is being overworked. So I'll have to look and see what the C sharp is being overworked in me. And the lowest, well, my lowest are always my priority repair zones. My A sharp, I have to, it's your priority. Whatever is lowest, you need to bring up, and then in turn it will bring that down. But let's just look and see. So my C sharp, oh my goodness, look at that. C sharp is kidney. And if I look at this, you can see, where is it? No, it's not that one. C sharp. Is there a kidney in here? Oh no, it's not showing me that in there. Sorry. Okay, it's here. I thought it was up there too. So you can see sharp. My right kidney is the very top thing that is overworked right now. My A sharp right here is, if I go down here to my A sharp, and it is my heart valves, which is really interesting. So I don't know if you can, where's my finger here? Right here. My heart valves, which is interesting because I have a little hole in my heart. I forget what they call it. There's a name for it, but there's a valve that clicks. So whenever the doctor listens to my heart, he hears a swoosh, a click and a swoosh. So, and you know, there's no real concern, but you know, they do say that. So my A sharp, in order for me, that is my priority, is my heart valves, my coronary arteries. So I have to bring that up. So I would have lifestyle choices, suggestions made to me, and also the different frequency songs, and it's put out by David Gibson. I love putting those songs on the vibe bed. Or if you were a distance person from me getting the session done, I would tell you to get a waterproof speaker, pick them up for $30, put them in a foot bath or put them in your tub, and play the special, it's a 20-minute song track that you get with this, and I would say to put that in your bath water and play the frequencies through the water into your body. So let me see, my E, you never want to be low on your birth note. My birth note is E, and it is below my energy line. So what does that mean here? That it has to do with my spleen and my thymus. So that needs to be brought up too. However, when I work on the lowest, again, your lowest one's always your priority. When you start to bring that up, the overworked ones come down and the other low ones start to come up as well. So that's just a little bit, and you know, bringing my energy level up. I don't know what I was doing that day. It looks like this was January, February, March, April, May the 6th. So it looks like it was a year ago, and my energy levels could come up just a tiny little bit. But it's interesting, it's very accurate. You could take this chart. What I love about this is the consistency. You could do a voice print, and 6 months down the line, if you're not making any changes, you will get the exact same voice print. You know, maybe a little fluctuation. But if you're not making any changes, the A sharp will always be low for me, and the C will always be high. If I implement the changes, whether it's certain crystals I can hold, it's essential oils, it's juicing, you get all those remedies told to you. You get the music tracks that you need to listen to. Put overhead headphones on, lay down and relax. That is specifically made to go with this program, and it will bring up your low notes and introduce back into the body what you're missing. So, yeah, so it'll be interesting because I'm going to do my voice chart again. So this is like a year later. But if you do the work, you can come back and you can do it at the chart, the voice print. You will literally be able to document your changes. It's that consistent that we can tell whether you're doing the work or not. So I just wanted to let you know now what I charge for my sessions. If you're in the United States, because of the exchange rate, I think it comes out to $57. It's lower. So I charge $80 Canadian for the session. What you get is your voice print. You get all the lifestyle choice, all the remedies, and you get 4 different 20-minute soundtracks sent to you to keep, and you can work on that. Plus, you get all the information about your energy, about your emotions, about the organs, and there's also it's something called a disease pattern. So there's patterns that we look at. For instance, I believe someone that may have something really going wrong in their body, they're going to be depleted, and maybe their C note's going to be absolutely gone, their B note's going to be absolutely gone, and their E note absolutely just not even there. And they've done these hundreds and thousands of these tests over the years, and everyone that has like different patterns. Let me go here, and if I can check. Like say if you're presented with, say, arthritis, you're going to have, everyone that has arthritis is going to have a certain pattern show up in their note. They may deplete it in specific ones, but they will have the same note. It's really, really interesting. Also, if you have a spouse, it's very interesting to see where you are on the chart, because I don't know if you remembered, if I went back and I did my husband's, you can see his energy, or what he's strong in is on this side of the chart, and what I'm strong in is, no, that wasn't mine. Boy, that was a real bad day. This one, let me see. Is that the one I just had? I think so. You can see where my strengths are on this side. So we share, because we're a couple, we share energy. When we're in the same room as each other, he balances out, because he's over here. He balances out my weaknesses, and I balance out his weaknesses, where I'm strong here, or my body's overworked, right? It's being overworked. It's because we share energy. When we're together, our energy mishmashes, and we're stronger together. It's really interesting how that works. And for business partners as well, it's interesting to see how your energies are when you're together. I always encourage mothers, daughters, or anyone within the family to get their voice prints done together. And it's a very easy process. You just send me, we do it over the messenger, Facebook Messenger. I collect your voice prints, and I do this worldwide. So I just wanted to show you a little bit what we look at. This is literally doing a health print of your body and showing you the root cause. It's very accurate. It shows you emotional aspects as well. And usually, people who have, I don't know, say, fertility problems, okay, in women, usually their C and their A will be, missing on their chart, and that can indicate fertility problems. Like I said, I have kidney stones, and I have a heart, a little tiny hole in my heart, which is indicative of the A sharp. But I can strengthen that. I can strengthen that by listening to the right tones that is made for this program, for this modality, and in turn, it brings down my D. So I'll do an updated chart because I've been listening to the music and doing all the things, not all the things, because you're given so many remedies and choices that you get to pick and choose. It's wonderful. But thank you for watching if you watched to the end. If you wanted to book, just send me a message and I can do your voice chart. We'll see where you are in your energy levels. We'll see where you are, what part of your body is your organs working too hard. It's overcompensating because one of your other ones is so depleted. So, and we seek to balance that. And then you'll know your birth node. So with my E node, you'll see here, oh, this must be a different chart than I had before. Yeah, this is a different chart because I did so many of them. But here I could see I was working on it and I brought my birth node up because I think in one of my other charts it was way down below the line. So I was working on that and I brought it up. Isn't that interesting? Okay, well, if you want to get a session again, get a hold of me. It takes about 10 minutes of your time. Takes me a couple of hours to do the chart, and I send you so much information on what your chart means, how to fix it, and it's just really good to know, the root. What is the root of your health issue? And, lots of times we think it's something else when really that's not the root problem. VoiceBio goes and finds out what is the root of the issue. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.